This video was brought to you by Imperial Consultancy. Get your business levy, NAPSA, ZRA, PACRA, NCC, NZPPA compliant services at affordable rates. Click on the link below to get started. Welcome to the C# Programmer Zambia. In this video, we're going to be looking at randomizing numbers in C++, which simply means we're going to be looking at the rand function. So before we go ahead, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and hit the bell icon to get instant notifications on my uploads. Without further ado, let's dive right into it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, so in order for us to be able to use our rand function, we should include a certain header, and that header is cstd library, or cstdlib actually. So we can simply say include cstdlib. So cstdlib. Okay, yeah, there we have it. And after doing that is the only time we can be able to use our rand function. Okay, so here we can simply, let's say we want to output a random number to a screen. Okay, so we can simply say cout rand, and we can do that and terminate there. So the basic rand operator is always going to be able to output the same number. It's going to be random, but it's going to be the same number over and over again. Okay, and it's not going to follow any range. Okay, now let's say we want to output so many random numbers. Okay, let's just say 10 random numbers. Okay, you might think, okay, we're going to say end line, and then you might also think we're going to say, okay, let's just copy this and paste it 10 times. Oh, sorry, I don't want to paste it like that. We just want to, okay, do this. Yeah, so we want to paste it 10 times. Instead of doing this, we can simply just use our for loop. Okay, yes, this is going to give us the same result, but it's just like unnecessary code, and it's actually unprofessional to do this, and I think you're not going to have very good results at some point. So the best thing is to use our for loop. So we can simply say for, and since we want to be outputting 10 numbers, okay, we can simply say int, and okay, yeah, so int x, we declare our for loop control variable. So let's say it's equal to 0, and we can simply say x is less than 10, and also we can say x is increasing by 1. All right, so after that, obviously we should have our curly brackets for the for loop, and we should be able to output 10 random numbers. Okay, so cout rand. Okay, so our rand function, and we can simply say enter so that the values should be in different lines. So we simply say F9 to run our code, and there it goes. So I guess you can see we've got 41, 18,467, and the rest of the numbers. But then let's try to run our code again. You're going to notice that we still have the same random numbers. Yes, they are random, but they're just the same, and they're not actually bound by any range. So firstly, let's start with being able to output random numbers, let's say from 0 up to a certain number of our choice. Okay, let's say from 0 to 10. Okay, so in order for us to be able to do that, we should simply just divide using the modular sign, and we should say 11 here. Okay, so when you run our code, you're going to find that our numbers will come from 0 up to 10. Okay, so I guess you can see we've got 0, and we also have 10 included, but we can't go above 10, and we can't go below 0. So I guess you can see that. Let's say we want to generate random numbers from 0 through to 30. So we're simply going to have 31 here. because if we have 30, it's actually going to end on 29. So this is how it goes. Okay, so we simply just run our code, and there we have it. Okay, so I guess you can see. But then let's say we want a beta defined range. Let's say I want to generate random numbers from 10 up to 20. Okay, so we want 10 to 20. What are we going to do? So here we're simply going to add 10 to the random number, which is actually being divided by another 10. So the secret here is when you add these two values, they are giving you the limit of they're giving you the limit of your range. Okay, so it's between 10 and the sum of 10 and this 10 that we have here. So when we say F9, I guess you're gonna see what's gonna happen. All right, so there we have it. We've got numbers between 10 and 20. So well, you can have so many ranges, and that's, as long as you just understand that I've explained, you're going to be able to randomize numbers according to the ranges that you want. But then you know, the thing is, every time we run our code, it's going to output the same numbers. Okay, it's going to output the same numbers. So it's always 11, 17, 14, 10. Just try to take note of these numbers. Let's run again, and we still have the same numbers. Okay, now our aim of randomizing numbers is to output truly random numbers. Okay, where the numbers should be so random that if I run my code 10 times, all the 10 times should have different numbers. Okay, so let's say, okay, let's just get rid of the range right now. Let's try not to be bound by anything. Okay, this time we're going to introduce what we call the srand. Okay, so we're going to say srand, and we're going to have a seed value inside here. So my seed value can be 1. Okay, and when my seed value is 1, sorry, and I run my code, you're going to notice that sorry, here we terminate. Okay, yeah, so let's just wait for it to run, and there we have it. So I guess you can see right now we removed our ranges, and we're actually outputting some random numbers. So when the seed value is 1, I guess you remember these numbers. They were like the first numbers that we tried to output. But then let's change our value, our seed value, to let's say 100. Okay, and we run our code. You're going to find that we're now going to have different numbers. Okay, so this is one way you can have truly random numbers. But then the problem is that as long as the seed value remains the same here, you're going to find that every time we run our code again, we're always going to have the same numbers. Okay, so in order for us to have truly random numbers, we should be able to use our time function. Okay, and in order for us to be able to do that, we should simply just go ahead and include seed time. Okay, so there, sorry, we're going to say seed time, and this is simply going to be enable us to use our time function, and our time function will be used to get the second. So every second you run your random number, it's simply going to get that, you know, from your time, and then put it in there, and it's going to be able to randomize numbers as in a way that you want to, you know. So let's say we have time here, and we can simply just include 0 as the seed value there, and we can run. So when we run our code now, I guess you can see we've got these numbers here, and just try to take note of these numbers, and then let's run our code again. So I guess you can see it's time that we have different numbers. Okay, we've got completely different numbers. Okay, so that's exactly how you can be able to output different random numbers. Okay, now let's say you want to output different random numbers in a range. Okay, so we're simply just going to repeat our range. So let's say we want to output numbers from 0 up to 100. So we're just going to say that and 101 there. Okay, so we simply run, and yeah, so I guess you can see, so from 0 up to 100, that's, so the 100 is like our limit. That's how far we can go because we've got 101 here. So that's exactly how you can do it. If you want to maybe prove that, we can say this is less than 100. Okay, and let's try to run. So you're going to have so many random numbers, but remember that our limit is 100. So it's from 0 through to 100. And I guess you can see the numbers that we're having here. The highest being 100, which I saw somewhere. Where are you? 100. Okay, so right here. So that's exactly how we use our rand operator. Our srand operator just makes everything interesting. And in the next video, we're going to be trying to use the rand operator to assign random values to our arrays. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.